I am so much better now that I'm with you. This is nuts to see all of these amazing people out here on a Saturday morning, especially with your children and your little kiddos and the future of this state here. You cannot have a bad day when it starts this way here at Los Jimadores. So Carlos, thank you for organizing this, for creating the very good problem of having too many people for the room that we're in. We'll get a bigger place next time, but we want to thank Los Jimadores. Please make sure that you tip your server, if you can find them, in this group, as generously as you possibly can. Thanks for hosting. Listen, I want to make sure, given the fact that you all took the time to come out, I want to make sure I can see everyone. If it helps for me to get on this chair, I will, but I don't want to lose it. Let me move it out here just a little bit. Can you all see? I can see everybody a little bit better. Awesome. This is just wonderful. This is what, in my wildest dreams of what democracy could be, this is what it looks like to me, where we're not taking any PAC money. So these political action committees, these corporate pass-throughs, these special interests, the NRA, whatever the organization is that is trying to purchase access or influence or outcomes or legislation. You saw the tax bill that was delivered to senators on the floor with the changes in pen written by the lobbyists that they then passed before they'd read it, $2 trillion to the national debt. That's how the place that I work in today as a member of the House of Representatives actually works. And for that reason, because the prime imperative is to get reelected again and again and again. When I was sworn in 2013 for my first term, and I'm now in the middle of my third term, there was somebody who was just finishing his 30th term in Congress. That one community for 60 years had had one voice, one mind, one set of experiences, one set of skills, expertise, and background to bring to bear on the problems and challenges and opportunities of that community and this country. And I think it happens for the best of reasons, right? You say, I gotta get reelected because I wanna help my constituents. And I'm now so smart and so good at this, and people like me so much, and they bring my coffee right when I want it in the morning. And I gotta stay here because I gotta keep doing that work. And in order to stay, you gotta raise money, right? These races, these congressional races, take place every 2 years. And at a minimum, there are a few $1 million that you gotta raise. And the contribution limit for a human being is $2,700. And if you're giving in both the primary and the general election, it's $5,400. And that's not a hint for anyone to write up. Just telling you how it works. But if you are a corporation that is working with a political action committee, you can give a whole hell of a lot more than $5,400. If you want to give to a super PAC, or you want to operate a C4 nonprofit, you can give unlimited amounts of money, especially after a Supreme Court decision called Citizens United. You all may not have heard of this, but for the young people in this room, try to wrap your head around this, or the adults as well. The Supreme Court basically said that corporations are people, and that money is speech. And therefore, corporations can spend unlimited amounts of money to influence, and I'd argue purchase, the outcomes of our elections, the legislation that comes before us, the oversight or lack of oversight for actors in our economy, in our government, in civic life. And that's one of the reasons that we're running this campaign free of any of that influence, because I've seen it from the inside. Really good people on both sides, Republicans and Democrats, who feel in order to stay in office and win that re-election and be able to serve their constituents for all the reasons that they dreamed of when they first ran for office, they've got to strike this bargain. And they've got to compromise themselves a little bit. And they got to spend time with those lobbyists and those corporations and those special interests so that they can stay in power and hopefully be able to deliver something. But this is a compromise that has compromised the country, the